Yeah, where am I gonna put you? Right here in front of me. I just had it right here. She just knocked everything over. This type shit, how you want it. So this is not a regular live. So welcome in, welcome in, welcome in to High Elevation. I'm your host, Ra. How y'all doing? How y'all doing, family? I'm your ghetto cousin. Some days I come on here and I talk my stuff, my shenanigans. And some on days I come on here and I give a lesson or two. Whether I'm ratchet, hood, spiritual, however you see it, either way, I'm still giving a lesson, and I never want you to miss the message because of the delivery being unorthodox or delivery being not what you're expecting it to be. I still want you to get the message in itself, right? So, again, welcome. I'm waiting for people to join in because I don't want to get started. I would hate to have to repeat any points that I have for you guys. I don't want to repeat. Let me see this. Sorry. I got it. Any points that I may have for you guys. So just bear with me. Hold on. How I'm going to do this, y'all? How I'm going to sit this? Anybody know where my other stand is? Hold on. I might have to do it like this. How I had it the first time. Shit. Hold on, y'all. Just bear with me. Bear with me. Slide that back some. Right there. It's perfect. Thank you. Yeah, that could work. Okay, that could work. Hey, y'all. Hi. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. So today we're going to touch on a topic. I'm just waiting for more people to come in that most people don't talk about. You know, it's a lot of people online. They do be chatting and they do talk about some real stuff, but I'm going to tap on stuff that never gets the highlight. Never gets the highlight of the day, you know? I guess people are afraid to. It's a taboo topic. People are afraid to chime in on this. I'm not afraid. That's why I'm your cousin Ra. And I got something to say. I got to show y'all some stuff. I got a new set of terror. You see what it say? Hot, y'all. Even though I don't smoke, I definitely have the edibles. I definitely have the edibles on deck. Cause y'all be tussling with me in the comments. But these the pot ones. So we got some new Zacks, Bookie, to do some readings with. So y'all come with me. Hey y'all, hey. Can you get this, put this on there so I'll be able to see, please? Daisiana. Alright, so if my cousins is tapping in, I need y'all to go get y'all wine glasses. Y'all know how we do. Go get your wine, get your favorite wine, whatever you drink. It could be coffee, it could be water. It doesn't necessarily have to be wine, you know, but I want y'all to tap in. I want y'all to tap in, bookies, and welcome. And welcome, guys. 92226. That ain't a 4, that's a 6. There you go. All right. Hey, sis. Hi, baby. How are you? And this topic is going to be really helpful because I want y'all to understand the dynamic and who I am, right? I was a foster care child. This ain't for no woe is me. You know, I'm always dropping jewels. Your ghetto cousin is always going to give you a lesson, right? No matter if I'm cursing, I'm going to try to keep the cursing at a minimum. But if it slips, I will not apologize for me slipping. That is still me. I'm learning, I'm healing, and I'm, you know, just elevating myself. So I may slip up a little bit. I'm not perfect. I'm human. So this topic is a sensitive topic for people. And a lot of people don't want to chime in on it. So my cousins, hi, my love, my cousins, for the ones that do want to tap in and do want to learn, right? I need y'all to come holler at me. I need y'all to go grab y'all wine. I'm going to give y'all time to get y'all wine. Let me see. Today I'm drinking some pink Moscato. I'm sure y'all familiar with it. So go get y'all wine. Tap in with me. Because we're going to be here a while. This lesson I got to teach, it's going to take a little detailing. It's going to take a little story behind it so you'll get an understanding about it. Hi, my love. What's up, girlfriend? What's up, beautiful? How are you? So, yeah, so tap in. So, y'all my cousins. Even if y'all my girlfriends. Hey, girlfriend. And shit. All right, let me stop flirting. But listen, and shit. Go get your wine. Go get your wine glasses. Y'all could get a notebook. Get a notebook. Y'all might want to write down some stuff. Again, I'm your ghetto cousin Ra, and I'm here with a lesson. All right. So let me know in the comments that y'all tapping in. Hit the like button. It's free, y'all. The like button is free. It don't cost y'all nothing. It costs y'all to hear. Just hear me. That's it. Right. That's it. Um, like, share, subscribe, because I be dropping jewels all the time. If you ain't get nothing from this message, there is a message on my page somewhere for you. I'm like the jack of all trades, right? I read tarot, right? So it may be something in that for you. I'm not sure. Get what you get out of it. Thank you. You're adorable. You know, you get what you get out of it. Um, and that's just what it is. But you know what? It's crazy. It's okay. No wine, because you on your way to work. At least you tapping in. I appreciate your support. That's important. Support is important. Okay. Let me write that on my list, cause girl, what's going on with y'all, cousin? How was everybody's day today? Let's start there. You know, I don't want to get right in here, and just going for the gusto. I want to just welcome my family and just love on y'all. How was your day? What did that look like? Let's chime in the comments. I kind of slept a little late today. I got a late start. You know, my medicine be tricking me sometimes. So, you know. Right, sis. Exactly. Support is support, man. A win is a win. The fact that she showed up and just made her presence known, that's what being a family is about. You know? It ain't always being there when a motherfucker wants you there. It's being there when it's the right time. And she showed up at the right time in the right place. So welcome. Welcome. Anybody new? You just meeting your ghetto cousin Raw? Oh, I love you, and that's what I'm here for. If my spirit drives you to be a better you, then let it drive you. We gonna drive this bus together. You understand what I mean? Like the whole point of my platform is to help my cousins elevate. Yeah, it's a lot of people out here doing their numbers, right? And they talk about real stuff. They just don't talk about the shit I talk about. But we gonna get into it because from where I'm from, because I'm from the bottom, I'm from the slums. So we gonna talk about topics that are in the slums that people deal with that nobody else talks about. I don't want to hear about relationships. I'll throw a quote out there if I wanted to hear about relationships. Okay, okay, Mookie. Meow. I love that. I love that. So this topic, right? Welcome, welcome, welcome. This topic is about the foster care system, right? It may look different to all of us, right? So let me put this disclaimer out there because people misinterpret who I am. You may confuse sometimes my serious look, because this is me being serious, cousins, right? With me being a mean person or just not, mean spirited. I'm not. Anybody that know me that I allow in my circle, right? That if I allow you in my circle, know that I'm cool peoples. I'm not mean spirited at all. Um, Hey, Sugar Wooga, Miss Dixon. What's up, Kev? Come through, big dogs. Come through. So, this topic, I want you to understand. I'm speaking on it because I'm an advocate for it, right? I'm speaking on it because it is a passion of mine, right? I'm speaking on it because I know what I'm talking about, and you might want to listen. It could save you the heartbreak and the hassle. Just being honest. For sure, for sure. All right, so listen. So let's get into it. If y'all here, if even if you don't drink, go grab your wine, go grab your wine glass. Let's get into it. I'm gonna pour mine, So this is after hours stuff. Okay? Let's get into it. Being in the foster care system, I was a foster care child, for one, right? When I was of age, I told you guys I went to prison. One of my children got taken from me. This is me being straightforward. Ain't no need of sugarcoating. You know. I ain't on here doing none of that faking shit. I don't do that. One of my children did get removed from the hospital from me. I went to prison, came home. I got into a different line of work. I chose to change my life over. I chose to be a different person, right? So this is me choosing to give you this information. I became a parent advocate for the foster care system, right? And it's not because they didn't look at me and say, oh, she's a criminal. Oh. They looked at me and said, she's an expert. She can relate to these parents. What she knows, she's already been through, and they're just starting their process. Maybe she can help, right? So a lot of people will come to me when I told them that I was in the foster care system and this is what I got into. They're like, you're helping people steal people's kids. That wasn't my job. My job is to help people get their children back. That's my job. I advocate for the parent, right? If you see the thrash on my tongue, it's because I take steroids and I'm on antibiotics. Sometimes it causes that. Just don't mind it, y'all. Okay? There's nothing I could do about that. That's a medical, you know. Before y'all get in the comments be popping shit, I pop that shit back. So let's get into it. So not only was I in the foster care system, I'm familiar with that process as a child, what that looks like, right? What you go through, where they place you, you know, the whole the process of leaving your home, leaving your parent, going into the system. What are you dealing with? The process of, you know, having to get new clothes, being placed. I'm familiar with that. So that makes me an expert in that sector, right? Then you go to my child was taken from me. I was smoking a little weed. I was 19. I was smoking a little weed. I was I found out I was pregnant when I was about 7.5 months pregnant. When I went to the doctors, y'all know when they do the blood tests, it's gonna automatically come up. It came up, it is what it is. She was taken from me from the hospital. I raised my 5 other children. Let's not get it misconstrued, okay? Then so that makes me an expert when it comes to that process. What happened in that process, what I dealt with, the courts, the caseworkers, you know, management, everything. So that gives me a leg up. So I can explain to parents that are going through this what that process looks like, how you need to conduct yourself, correct? Go with me. Then I got into business. I changed my life around. I got into wanting to help. They say, well, how can you change something? You got to change it from the inside. And this is me changing it from the inside. Even if you don't have a case, you ain't never had a case, maybe you know somebody with a case, this could help them. Tap in. Like, y'all be missing the point because of who the messenger is. Everybody in the Bible is flawed. I keep telling y'all this. Don't run away because who the messenger is. I know it's a lot of people don't like me because they think I'm cocky. I'm not cocky. I'm just very confident. And I did that. I built that up. I'm not going to let nobody else break that because my confidence makes you uncomfortable. You missing the message. Come on, man. Grow up. If that makes sense. You know what I mean? So let's get into it. Boom. What I need people to understand, right? When you first initially get that phone call, y'all don't have to open that door. Y'all know that, right? That is you do not have to engage these people. But the minute you do, I want you to understand, the minute you do is giving them the green light to engage you. Because now you're having a conversation with me. Had you stayed at the door and let them people knock, they could knock till they blue in the face. You do not have to open the door. Period. Let's get into it. All right? Secondly, if in fact you do open the door, cousins, y'all got to be smart about shit. They're regular people, but they have a job to do too, right? Again, this is not about me bashing nobody. I'm not bashing the state. I'm not bashing this person. I'm not bashing that person. I'm a straight shooter. I'm a straight shooter. And what I've learned, I'm going to give to you, right? I can't get in trouble for the shit I'm about to share with you because I'm not a government worker. I'm a parent advocate. Understand the difference. So I can share with you what I'm sharing, okay? If in fact that you do open the door, now you have to engage these people, right? You can engage them from the window. You don't have to let them in your house. You do not have to let them in your house unless they have a warrant. Unless they have correctly ID'd themselves. So, 1, you don't have to let them in your house. But if in fact you do let them in your home, you do not have to, if you even open the door to have a conversation with them, you do not have to. That's not a thing. And don't let them make you feel like it's a thing unless they have a warrant. They have to have a warrant to enter your home. Period. They can say all they want. Well, we were sent here. Exactly. And it's the whole point I'm doing this is for the people that don't know the ropes and the one that do. Maybe they would slack it, or maybe they could pass this on to somebody that don't. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's a lot of us that do and a lot of us that don't. But I'm here. I'm going to speak up. That way they can run with this message. You feel me? So don't open the door. It's not mandatory. They can't tussle you. They can't throw you on the ground if you don't. Secondly, if you do, don't engage. You don't got to tell them shit. You don't got to tell them nothing. If it is not, I'm gonna tell you now, if it is not life threatening to where your children are in dire in danger, like it got to be some life threatening, like life or death. Excuse me, some life or death situation for them to be able to even get a warrant. Judges ain't. You think they're gonna waste taxpayer money? Let's be honest. You really think the way Trump set up, you think he gonna waste taxpayer money? He not, because they don't care that much. I'm just being honest. So with that being said, don't open the door. If you do engage, don't tell them nothing. Don't sign nothing. You know they come there, like, sign this. They're gonna get your kid. Don't sign none of that shit because you don't know what it is. And half of the time, from what I've noticed, right? From what I've noticed, a lot of parents, and this is not being funny, this is me being real, lack education, right? Some of them may not know how to read. Some of them may not comprehend. So they don't know what they signing. I say this because only urban communities are targeted with the foster care system. So that's what I'm talking to, right? So a lot of these people don't have education. A lot of people don't understand what they're signing, what they're dealing with. And the social workers they do go in, and it is a tough job. I'm not taking that from them because I stood beside them. I worked next to them. You know what I mean? I will never take that from them. It is a tough job. I mean, it's a mother. Listen, some of these parents, you be like, listen, B, now, you see my badge, and I'm a state worker, but I done seen some things working in that office, you know. So that's just that. When they knock on the door, be polite. You don't gotta be rude to people. Conduct yourself like an adult, cause they're expecting you to be ratchet. They're expecting you from the hood, you from the slums, you from the bottom. Ah, she gonna act ratchet. I'm gonna have to call the police. Don't allow them to do that. Shout out Layla. Hi, Layla. Thank you, Stanley. Miss Stanley. No, I do not vape. No, I do not vape. I'm sorry. Because I'm streaming from two different websites, so just bear with me, guys. I'm going back and forth answering questions or responding. So when they do not, you can be polite. My past experience, when it happened to me, because I'm always refer back to me, try not to do, refer to everybody else. When it happened to me and they knocked on my door, I was rude as shit. I was rude. I was cussing them people out. F you. Get off my step. Bitches. Child, I was throwing bottles. I'm telling you, because that's like the police. I'm keeping it real. And if any social workers is on here, this is what they see you as. When you show up at these people's house, they see you as the police. They do not see that you are there for them, that you are there for their children. None of that. They don't see none of that. They see in opposition. This motherfucker against me. Now I gotta put up my defense. This is what they see. And I'm telling you this from experience because I've dealt with these parents. I was that parent. I didn't see you coming to help me. I seen you against me. I seen you taking my children from me. I seen you picking at me, telling me how it wasn't enough, how, I'm already in the hood. The fuck, it don't get no worse than that. Like, let's be honest. So I see that. So yeah, people don't be, I'm serious, sis. You look at these people like they the police. You don't look at them like they here to help. Because that's the energy they come with. Some of them. We gonna hit on that too. So, y'all be mindful, right? You could be calm, you could be polite. I was not calm, I was rude as hell, I cussed them the fuck out. I'm just gonna keep it 100. And that made my situation worse. Let's make that a point. It didn't help my situation. It made it fucking worse. These people was like, this lady is not communicating. So that made them think I didn't want my kid. Don't make them think that, because I love mine. I will give the skin off my body if they needed to cover their body. So it was me not being mature. I was 19. Understand this. I was 19. I was channeling from a immature place, and I was a foster care kid. So this was like, that triggered me. Take something from me. This is honestly, this is how I felt. Like, I went off. I went in a fucking spiral. You couldn't tell me nothing. I wanted smoke. But that doesn't help. Doesn't help. It does not. It just made my situation worse. It made these people feel like I didn't love my kid. Like I didn't want my kid. Like, they probably thought I was batshit crazy. Because I acted the fool. Like, who are you to... It broke me. It did. It broke me. Imagine having a child, right? You push this child. I carried this child 9 months, and then they come in there and tell you, "Give me," because I was smoking weed, and now you legalize it. You ripped a kid from me, gave her mental health issues, all kind of. She's fucked up. We gonna say what it is. This is the child that I did not raise. She is mentally, emotionally, spiritually fucked up because she thinks her mother does not love her. She thinks I gave her away and for the lack thereof. And I'm being honest. This is me being honest. But who's gonna give that back to me? How do we mend that? You don't want to be me. You don't want to be that parent. I could tell her something blue in the face, baby, this is what happened, but she already in her head has a picture of what went on. I can't make that right. Read the comments before the laughing faces, please. People need to know this. That's real. That's real. They gonna know it, sis. Listen, sis. Listen, they could put the laughing emojis. They could put whatever emoji. As long as they get the message, I don't care about none of that. They can't shake shit over here, baby. I am unfuckwittable. I promise you, because I'm gonna still get the message across, right? So yeah, I was on one. I was not myself. It kind of had knocked me off. Like I was out of it. How do you take something from me for some shit that you legalize now? My child then went through all kind of turmoil, delays. Now, mind you, I've raised the rest of my children. I have 6 children. I raised 5 of them. She's the only one that I did not raise. Was I in her life? I absolutely was. I tried my best to be there. But she already deals with her shit. She comes around when she wants. But this is what this is about. But I'm still dealing with that, right? I'm still dealing with that. I can't get that time back. I need my charger. I can't get. Oh, hold on. Let me. Oh, yeah. I see it. All right, so sis in the comments said, before when you have your children, when you go to court, even for the mothers, you have to put in for full custody, or you don't even have custody of your child. That's real. If you don't know that, for the parents, before y'all even get these cases, I'm not wishing cases on nobody, but anything is liable to happen. That's another topic I want to hit on too. But if you don't have a case, if you don't have custody of your kid, if you did not physically go to court after having your child and went and got custody, you don't have custody of your child. The state owns your child. Just gonna throw that out there. But that's something. All right, sis, my bad. I seen it now, babes. I seen it now. My fault. My fault, boot butts. Thank you for that, because people need to know that. That's something, people definitely need to know that. So of course, get back to my story, nobody could give me that time back. Nobody could give me that, I have to rebuild that relationship with my daughter. I do. I have to rebuild that. So with that being said, but because I didn't know, right? I didn't know the rules. I didn't know the legal aspect of it. I didn't, plus I wasn't in that state of mind. I wanted war. How the hell you gonna come and tell me you taking something from me? So I didn't even try. I'm just gonna give it 100. I didn't try. I ran off. I became an alcoholic. I ran off. I became an alcoholic. I started fighting more. I started being in the streets. I just started wilding, y'all, for real. Because I felt like something was taken from me. Yes. I felt like something was taken from me. So be mindful of that, y'all. The way you conduct yourself. When they knock on your door, be polite. They're expecting you already be ratchet and trash. They're looking at you like they're turning their nose up. Yeah, they may come all polite. They're doing their jobs. They have a job to do. They're getting paid to knock on your door. They're getting paid to come see if your children are fine. Okay? You have good ones and you have bad ones. Don't ever get it twisted. Where there's a good, there is always a bad lingering. Trust me. Okay, moving right along. So, you don't have to answer the door. If you do engage, they cannot come in your house unless they have a warrant. If you let them in, make sure you have the proper things. Now, proper things in your house should be, of course, electric, water, running hot water. A lot of people don't know this. 4 shirts, 5 pants, panties, socks, the basic necessities, 1 pair of shoes. They don't need all that extra stuff that we do for our kids is what we do for our kids. A lot of kids don't know that. you need the bare minimum, honestly. Couple pair of pants, couple shirts. But most likely we'll have way more than that. A coat. It is. It is a business. The child welfare system is a business. And if you give them any reason to take your children, they will. And that's just that. If you're not doing your part, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. That's giving them reasons to take them. And this being real. I told you, when them people came to me, I need this plugged in. My phone is about to die. When them people came to me and was like, yeah, you need to, how can I give you my phone if it's right here? You have to put the charger in from here. Okay, well, you have to. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. When they came to me, I wasn't trying to hear nothing. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Y'all see, I got that real tough interior, right? I wasn't listening to nothing. There's nothing they could have said to me, y'all, that would have shifted whatever I was feeling at that moment. Give me 1 second. All right. Is it? Yeah, it's okay. All right. So, that's what I was saying. It is nothing. I got it. They could have said to me that would have shifted how I felt about them people. I felt I wanted war. I did not like them. I felt like they was coming from my family. I couldn't get back nothing they took from me. Hold on, I'm just strolling up. I couldn't take back nothing. So try to conduct yourselves. I know it takes a lot when the people show up at your doorstep. Try to handle yourself with integrity and in class, because they're expecting you to be ratchet. They're expecting you to act out. As well as make them identify themselves. Show ID. You stand on my doorstep, I need to know who you are, or I'm not even having a conversation with you. Straight up. You want to show me, how they pull you over, they say, show your ID, put it on the window. Yeah, you got to put your ID on the window for me. Because I'm going to need to know who you are before I even let you in my house. And what I need people to really get into is knowing your rights. Knowing your rights as a parent, right? A lot of people come and they really don't know their rights. And they allow things to happen that they normally probably wouldn't allow to happen. If they knew better, you do better. It is easy to go tell them to give you a pamphlet. When they show up at your door, ask them for that pamphlet. It's a thick ass pamphlet. Know your rights. It's better to know than not to know. Straight up. I don't care if you don't have a case. It's always better to know. You never know who around you is going to need that help. Oh, wow. See, now she's saying the families in Florida could live in a tent with their children as long as they got access to a hospital and a school. See, and you have to check too, because rules vary from state to state. Things, what is cool in Jersey may not be cool in New York City. What they do in Connecticut may not be cool in Tennessee. So what I mean by know your know your audience, basically, nigga. If you in one state and they don't try to go off the shit I'm doing in Jersey and be like, yeah, well, Ross said. That's what I'm telling you, to know your rights as a parent. Know your rights as a parent. Another thing, you do not have to answer any questions without without a lawyer. Legal aid, or lawyers, some type of advocate. You do not have to answer anything. They can't force you to, you better tell me what a kid. They can't force you to do that. Show them what you got in your cabinets, the perishables, the box food, the canned food. As long as you got that and some, you straight. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. The minute you open the doors, the minute you're welcoming them in. Try to get a support system around you. You know what I mean? All right, so let's tap into some other shit around that. Now that I got that little spill out the way, right? Let's get into the office narrative of it. When you're dealing with the judges, the lawyers, the caseworkers, management. The minute you say you got an attorney, I bet you they smooth. Because they know you want that smoke. They ain't ready to put up that fight. Once they know you're willing to fight for your children, they ain't gonna tussle for rigor. They ain't gonna tussle with you. No. Once they know you start talking that legal shit, You start, that's what I'm saying, know your rights. Because when you start talking like you got some sense and you know what you talking about, yeah, they know they can't play with you. They'll never play with you. Yeah. If that shit fall one more damn time, sorry, y'all. Sorry, Bookies. Yeah. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of doing this. I'm speaking from experience. I'm only trying to relate with the people that been through what I've been through. If you can't relate to none of this, then this ain't for you, and it's okay. So let's get into it. The next section is dealing with the caseworkers and dealing with court if it goes that far, right? Let's now we didn't went that far, y'all. We didn't let them in the house. Now you got a case, okay? You got a case. You didn't let them in the house. You still conduct yourself with class. Don't let them see you sweat. They want to see you sweat. They want to see you sad. Some thrive off that shit. Some sit in the office. Yeah, to just see the parent today, all sad and depressed and lost, and they thrive off that shit, sipping on coffee, eating they fucking donuts. And I'm telling you this from experience. You know how many times I had to like look over like, what? So let me explain something. Here, I'm gonna give you an example. Here go another example. Without using names and all that shit, because of HIPAA, I don't want to do that. Here go an example. Say I'm the parent advocate. I have caseworkers I work with, right? And it's a parent. She's young. She's about 19. Her kid is taken from her. I come in not really knowing the kid. Remember, she's a kid. She's 19. I come in, I don't know the kid. This caseworker has had this case for several years. The kid came in, I'm going to say that she had the case for a year. Let's go there. Case for a year, couldn't get the child to do nothing. Child was running like me. I don't want to hear it. I ain't showing up to nothing. She was one of them. Right? She was one of them. I'm going to get back to that. Right. I ain't talking to them ones, cuz. I ain't talking to them ones. So she tussling. My job is to get her to not to tussle. My job is to get her to understand what this looks like, what she's facing, what strategy we finna use, okay? And how we gonna get her kid back. This woman sat and was chatting. And everything she was saying was negative. Nothing she said about this child was nice. Nothing. It was all negative stuff. And I'm sitting there and I'm listening. I'm not saying nothing. I'm very observant. I read energy and I read people, baby. I'm very good at it. Very good. Very blessed. Thank God. Give it a curse at times. And I'm trying to keep myself together because I don't want to react in a street way. Because now I'm conducting myself in a different manner, right? So you gotta keep that momentum. You gotta pick a side and stay there, basically. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to better myself. I'm working on that. So I didn't want to say nothing. And I didn't want to respond like out of impulse. So I let her chat. And I'm taking in everything that this woman is saying about this child. I had a conversation with this baby. We had a conversation. And she shared with me some things. And I shared with her some things. And we got on the same page. By next week, she was in parenting class. By that following week, she had gave up 2 urines. By the following week, she was going to other programs that she needed to go to. See, sometimes it only takes a little love and care. It don't take you judging them. They already being judged. When the police showed up at their house, they were already being judged. It didn't take for you to do that. It didn't take for you to downplay her or say what she was doing wasn't enough. It didn't take that. It took me to show her just a little bit. She got a little hope. Baby, it's hope there. You ain't lost. But this is what's required. Right? And she got it right together. And then it took her a little bit to get through her little program, but she got her kid back. That's what I do. I don't take kids. I give them back. I help in the process, right? And I take pride in that. Now, some people be needing their kids taken. I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to the ones that just need a little bit of help, right? I found, too, that some of these caseworkers are very biased. They sit on their high horse. I don't give a fuck. Now I'm throwing a little shade, right? Because they sit on their high horse and they look, damn. It don't take much to become a social worker, baby. Humble yourself. And I'm gonna show you. You see my eyes? You see my eyes blinking? That's how quick that shit could be you. That's how quick something could happen, and it could be you and your family. So remember that when you writing those court documents, and you like the mom ain't been to class, the mom ain't been there, the mom ain't been to visits, or the dad ain't active. Remember that when you writing them court documents. How is that helping somebody? What did you do to help? What did you do to force the process? You know? Or you sitting in your chair on your high horse because you got social worker behind your name. How much work did you do? Did you have a conversation with her? Because ain't no way I come in, have a conversation, and right after that she get to it. In this same situation, when they wrote the court documents, right? This person had a father on the case. He wasn't doing shit. But the way the court document was wrote up, that he was engaged and he was this, he was that. But the way she made the mother look, just made her look like she was worthless. She wasn't doing nothing. And she was the only one showing up, calling, trying to figure out what she needed to do. Pay attention to that. As well as fathers, a non-respondent and respondent parent. If in fact a person is called in, right, and it's a parent, she's a single mother. Her baby father lives somewhere else. That is a non-respondent parent. He was not there when she caught the case. He is entitled to get his child. He could be sought after. They could look him up, Google him, and anybody around him can get the child. How about we start engaging, even though the kids are taken from the mothers? How about we start engaging the fathers? They're just as essential as the actual mother itself. Now, if they're not in that space, I'm sure the father has family. I'm sure the father has family. Tap into their family. Because I see too many times where it's too many kids in foster care. It's too many parents out here partying and their kids is in foster care. Make it make sense. Anywho, moving right along. So yeah, so you'll have some caseworkers that are nice and some that are not. You have to know who you're dealing with. Treat these people like they're somebody. Have a conversation with them. You'd be surprised. They don't respect that. How are you today? I'm just coming to you, and I just want to tell you. No. I gotta come to them. I take them as they are. I take them for face value. I don't want to change them. How you present yourself is how I accept you. How can I help you? What can we do to make you a better parent? What does that look like for you? And then we move accordingly. So that should be a thing. When you're dealing with people, try not to turn your nose up because you have a degree. And these people are struggling right now. And you're looking at a chart because somebody called in. Remember that. It's a call. It don't necessarily have to be true. But you're going to get on your high horse. Y'all need to check that. Check that because I had to check a few people. A few people. Like you doing so much talking down on her. What did you do to assist? Shit, you could get in here. I don't know if you at work. Are you at work? Hold on, let me see if I could tap you in. Oh, there we go. I sent you an invite, sis. You could tap in. If you want to tap in and give your spill on your story, please do. By all means. I'm all for that. I like real answers. My nigga. There we go. There we go. Hey, boo butts. Hi, honey. Hold on. So I can hear you. What you was saying? Girl, hold up. Hold on, sis. Give me 1 second. I'm about to take this off.
Get my husband their personal numbers, trying to holler at my husband. I didn't have a caseworker fucking tell him the reason Dyson was involved behind a child that wasn't even his child. So broke everything. Like crazy shit, yo.
I can't.
That bitch fired from her job.
I can't. I'm gonna just do
It's
it.
just like you have some caseworkers that are great.
Because
I had one that I was mean to her at first. And at the end of the day, she ended up being like a mother to me. And we still keep in contact. She retired and she still looks for my kids.
Oh, I love that.
But then you have some that
Hold on, because I'm trying to put you on my screen real quick so I could tap into it. Hold on, give me 1 second. 6, there we go. And there we have it. Now, what you were saying. Now, go ahead, sis. I'm sorry. I had to tap you in, boop, boop. There we go. Hold on. Can you hear me? Can she hear me? Yo, sis. Now it sound like you muted. Tap in and come back in. Hold on, hold on. Yeah, there she. All right, tap out and come back in. Cause I don't know what it did, y'all. Hmm, probably. Did she tap back in? So basically, she was pretty much breaking down. Cause I'm streaming on two different things. Sis was pretty much breaking down like her experience. Like, you had caseworkers being ratchet, trying to talk to her husband. You had caseworkers just being disrespectful. Things like that. So just be mindful. Know who you dealing with. Some of these people are coming straight out of college, and they could be a little ratchet. What's up, Miss Parker? Miss Parker. Miss Parker. Miss Parker. Hold on. What? I'm showing the kids. They like, Mama. How you flip this? Oh, there we go. Sorry, y'all. Mama. They mad at me. All right, yeah. All right, I'm waiting on you, sis. Hey, Tiff, baby. So, yeah, you got to basically know who you dealing with, what you dealing with. Because you will get some nice caseworkers, man, that go to bat. Like, I sat with some hitters, man. You know what I mean? Like, them was my babies, too. Like, they go above and beyond for their peoples. You feel me? Them the ones you want. The ones that don't mind. They ain't going to judge you. They going to go above and beyond for you. Them the ones that sit in court with you. Go head up with anybody. You want them ones. You want them people. You don't want the ones that ain't really giving it and it's just a check for them, It's just a check. You don't want them people. Them people ain't gonna rock for you. You gonna be there tussling, trying to get your kids back, not knowing what's going on. At the end of the day. So y'all be mindful of that. Be mindful how you conduct yourself, how you speak. When you're dealing with these caseworkers, know what kind of casework you're dealing with. If that caseworker, in fact, is not one that you feel has your better interest at heart, you can request a new caseworker. Now, are they going to give you it? I don't know. It varies, I guess, from state to state. I'm not sure how that works. If, in fact, that caseworker is not doing what you need her to do, request a new caseworker, ask to speak to the higher-ups, ask to speak to supervisors and things like that. Make them hear you. A lot of times you go in this thing and nobody's being heard because you're so afraid. Well, if I say this, they could take my kids. It's better you say it than you not say it. It's how you say it, your delivery in it. You know what I mean? Because I know sometimes my delivery ain't all together, but the message is still going to be the same, y'all. So conduct yourself accordingly, right? Anything you don't know, go seek the information. Don't allow them in your home if you don't have to. When dealing with the social workers, know who you're dealing with. You got some good ones out there, and they do it out of the kindness of their heart, and this is a passion for them. But you also are equally yoked in this arena where you also have those ones that are assholes and they're fresh out of school and it's just a job for them. So you just got to know the difference, right? You just got to know that's with any job. You just know the difference. Also, when conducting yourself in court, do not sign any documents. Make sure you're having the necessary conversations with your attorneys. If in fact, because they're gonna give you an attorney. You get an attorney, the babies get an attorney, however this works. Keep that open communication with your attorneys. Because the minute that they feel like you fell off or you're not paying attention, they're gonna feel, they're not engaging. That engaging word is a fucking much. Like they use it for everything. That's how they downplay you. Oh, not engaging. You could have missed one urine. Not engaging. So don't give them a reason to say that. You know what I mean? Don't give them a reason to say that. Go to all your meetings, even on days you don't feel like going. Make sure that you're communicating these things. Stay in the, communicating. That's the thing. A lot of times people go missing. Like, well, have you heard from this parent? I haven't heard from this parent in weeks. Keep a line of communication that makes your case go by faster. With me, I wasn't trying to hear that shit, yo. I really wasn't. I was cussing them out. I was putting them out. I was slamming the doors in their face. I was slamming the doors in their face. I just didn't want to talk to them. I didn't do any parenting classes. I didn't do none of that. I said, you know, F this. I don't want to do none of that. But that's because I was young. I was young and I did not know any better. Had I had a parent advocate like me come to me and say, hey, ship it up or get it together, your kids need, cussing me out, letting me, not cussing me out, yo. Don't take it literal. But like really just putting some fire under my ass and helping me to understand what my process looked like, or you know, it's not that deep. You can get your kid back, or just talking that sentence to me. That process would have been different for me, My daughter wouldn't have been adopted. My daughter wouldn't have been, things would have just went different for me. That's just that. If I would have knew what I knew now, it would have been different. So this is me giving you the game now, just in case this ever happens. Or it could be happening to somebody in your family, one of your friends. Give them the game. Let them know what the process looks like. Let them know what they're expecting. This is what it is. This is real life. This is what it is. So always conduct yourself accordingly. Because they're expecting you to show out. Of course, they already got the call, so ain't no telling what nobody done said. So what's the need of you making your situation worse? That's what I did. I made it worse, so it just, it just looked like I wasn't in tune with my kid, like I didn't want my kid, and that wasn't the case. I was just young and I didn't have any guidance, and I was impulsive and I was angry and I was upset, and it did something to me. I can't get that time back from my kid, and I don't want y'all to be in that. So what you don't know can hurt you. So this is me telling you to seek that counsel. Seek that knowledge you don't know for your state. If you in a state and they conduct themselves in a different manner, then you need to know that before going forward. You need to know that before signing any documents. Don't be signing nothing because you didn't sign over your life, not even knowing what you didn't sign over. You didn't sign over your children, not even knowing that you didn't sign on the dotted line because he said, if I sign here, this is me signing for services and I'm agreeing. I seen a mother sign away her whole rights accidentally because she did not know. Yeah, that's not a thing. You need to know. You need to know these things before stepping in front of that judge. Do not go in front of the judge with a bonnet on, with a nightgown and some scrubs or some slippers. I seen people do that too. They talk about y'all when y'all leave the courthouse. They talk about you. Hold on, sis. Why you ain't tap back in? They talk about you when you leave the courthouse, and they judge you either way. So conduct yourself. Dress up. It could be the last nice dress you got in your closet. Go put it on. It could be the nicest little tie your granddaddy left you 4 years ago. Go put it on. Conduct yourself like you got some sense. This is not that. You're fighting for your children. If I knew, I'm telling you, if I knew what I knew now, it would have been different. It would have been so different. That process would have looked so different. So am I saying accountability? Absolutely. Absolutely. I own my shit. But can they own theirs? Going forward too. Now that we're past the whole, what that process looks like for the foster care kids. I'm gonna tell you what they're facing. They're facing. They have to go into process. It's just like going to jail. Just like going to jail, they take you through the due process part. You filling out all this paperwork. They're giving you new clothes. It's like giving you a new identity. This your new address. You don't want that for your kid. You definitely don't want that for your kid. It's preparing them to be state inmates. That's exactly what it's doing. They flop them around. They're not stable. So I don't know why they say, foster care is safety. It's not. It's not stable at all. It's no love there. It's no love there. We're not even going to pretend. These people are doing a job. They have a job to do. Now, you will get some that care, but it's more that don't. We're dealing with more people in the world that don't care than people that do. And if you do care, by all means, I love the ones that care. I had a foster parent that was A1. And then I had one that pinched me, overfed me, locked me in a room with padlocks on the doors. But then I had one that just would give me her last. She decorated the room, and my birthday was beautiful. She made sure I got to school. She had conversations with me. We had heart-to-hearts. So if you don't want your kids to suffer, right? Because I'm still healing from things that the foster care system did to me. Remember what I just said. I'm still healing from things that the foster care system did to me. not my parent. My parent wasn't the one that wronged me. My parent gave me to someone that she thought could take care of me, and I got a, that person got a case. My mother wasn't the one that got the case. People will throw, they'll judge you, and I don't mind because they're gonna judge me regardless. They're gonna judge me regardless. But I was in those situations where I had a great foster mother. Great. I was an army brat for a while. I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, thank you, Jack. I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, this is different. I'm on an army base. Imagine coming from the hood and then being an army brat. You couldn't tell me nothing, child, right? So it's like, so that was pretty cool. So, I'm not gonna say the whole experience was bad, but the experience in itself is terrible. And then I got the ones that abuse me physically, sexually, emotionally. Yeah. Absolutely. I agree. I agree, Jack. I do. And what it is, why I do what I do is I try to give back because I've been through so much. And I've been through so much as a kid that it makes me a force to be dealt with as an adult. So I want to give, I'm giving what I wasn't given, if that makes sense. Um, so yeah, so I got with those ones. Them people, they abused me, lock my room window was like sprayed with the white spray, and I could see a little bit out, and you could hear the kids playing outside, and I'm peeking. I'm trying to peek out that little white stain to see, can I just see the kids? Maybe I could be happy just seeing other kids play and laugh and enjoy their life. No, I was locked in a room with a padlock where my foster father could come in anytime and touch me. So when I say that I am healing from the foster care system, I mean just that. I mean just that. Hold on, sis. I'm gonna let you back in, baby. I mean just that. Um, why is it not? Hold on. Let me. Oh, right here. All right. I sent. Oh, it's saying you're unable to get on now. Hold on. Let me. Is that sis? Oh no, that's other sis. Um, so I say I'm a living example. I'm a living example of the experience of what the child welfare system can do. I'm not saying everything is bad. I'm just telling you to be mindful and take what I've said. The pointers I've given. I always try to lead by example. So anytime you'll always hear me refer back to myself as an example. Because I've been there and done that. So for the parents that are you don't want your kids in a foster care system. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. It's not lovable. They'll never love your children how you love your children. You know? For the ones that do want to fight for their kids, that are trying parents. We have those that just don't know how to be parents. Give them the game. When they come in your office and they feeling down, just listen to them. Sometimes a listening ear, man, goes a long way. Sometimes they just need you to tell them, like, it's going to be all right. You got this. It's going to be a process. Now, don't sugarcoat it because they don't like that. They will cuss. Let me tell you something. A parent came to me one day and said, I'm going to fuck with you. She said, because this bitch talking nonsense. She over here talking about, because, the moral of the compass, they don't like that. Them parents will cuss you out because they feel like you're being fake. And they will read you. Remember that. Remember who you're dealing with. You know? So be mindful going forward when dealing with. I'm so serious, yo, this lady was tight. And I'm sitting there, I ain't saying that because you got to let them do their biz. You got to let them do their business. So I'm listening. Just in case they not understanding, I can jump in and help them understand what the paperwork is, what the process is, what we're doing. And she would not respond to this damn case, or she was cussing this lady out. And I'm like, I'm trying to read her, and like, why is she not liking her? Because the caseworker to me was pretty all right. So I'm like, why is she not? But it was her approach. I could tell, like, I've had a conversation with the caseworker, and I'm like, girl, you don't even talk like that. Like, it's like, girl, I know you being fake, so I know she can see you being fake. Yeah, she got on there because, we're going to do this. And you have to sign here and sign there. And, we got to, and this lady read her. You hear? She's like, bitch, girl, get the fuck, I'm not signing nothing. She was, I was like, yo, wait. So when she stepped out the room, I said, listen, check it. I don't know what's going on, but I need you to do this. And I got to pointing out shit. I said, I'm not her. I'm a different kind. I actually work for you. I don't work for them. So I had to make it clear because they'd be trying to cuss me out too. And I don't want to be cussed out because I tend to curse back. And I'm trying to live on the straight and narrow. So I can't be cursing these damn people out, you know? So I said, come on, baby. I get it. You frustrated. I see you. Come on. Come on. This is what we need you to do. This is necessary. And she got the signing on papers. So the girl walked back, how you do that? Regular, just being me? You trying to put on this little itsy bitsy show? I'm not doing none of that. Listen, get normal with me showing up being myself. Get normal with me showing up just being me. You think I go to the office, when I step in the office, I'm somebody else? I'm not. I talk just like this. I just lower down the cussing. I might whisper it so I don't get in trouble. But I don't change. And I still do my job. The people respect you being authentic. Don't be fake. Yeah, I know it may come off to you. I went to college. I didn't know how to talk like that. Meet them where the fuck they are. Figure it out. That's how you get things done. Figure it out. If they coming in there and they like, yeah, cause you meet them right there. Yeah, cause what, baby? What we working? What we doing? You meet them right where they at. Cause if they feel like you trying to change them or you judging them, they're not gonna do nothing. They're gonna look at you, say, I'm not filling out nothing. It took us one time with one parent to fill paper out for about 6 months. How are you this angry lady that you don't want to fill out this paperwork? It's crazy to me. But eventually we got her to. Eventually we got her to fill the paperwork out. All I'm saying, y'all, is just conduct yourself accordingly. Because again, let me show you. You see how my eyes blinking? It could be you. Just that quick. See how quick that was? It could be you and your kid in foster care. It could be you and your family. Even though anything is liable to happen. Anything is liable to happen. You get a case for any damn reason now. Sorry, y'all. You get a case for any damn reason now. So anything is liable to happen. So before you start judging, right? See what's up with them people. See what they need. Do your job. Do your job. You're being paid. I don't know. I don't know. I tried to keep saying you can't add. You can't add. You can't add. I don't know. Hold on. Let me try it again, Bookie. Hold on. Let me try you. Let me try you. Oh, there you go. It's adding you now. There you go. There you go, Bookie. It added you. Hold on. There we go. You can hear me? Why turn your volume up? Because I can't hear you, and I don't appreciate that. Oh, there we go. All right, you can hear me now? It's not telling. You might need to, no, not the phone. Girl, I'm on the phone, girl. Shut up, talking about not the phone falling. Don't be no hater, son. See, it be your own peoples. Look at my son in the comments hating, talking about not the phone falling. All right, go ahead, boo. What you was saying? Why can't I hear her? Is my Bluetooth on? Hold on, sis, because this is about to irritate me. I need to hear you. Oh, yeah, my Bluetooth on. Hold on, let me turn that off. Maybe that'll work. All right, now talk. Let me see. Okay, say something. Oh, it's not doing that. Restart it. I'm gonna jump out. I'm gonna jump back in, yo. Hold on. Wait, which one? See, it ain't. You like restarted. How you restart this? Okay, now do it live again. Right here, right? Yeah. All right. Go live, and then let's see. Can you phone up? I'm sorry. I did. I don't know why it's not. You see how they ain't saying nothing? Yeah. Invite her to me. Nah, when she get in the comments, I'm gonna invite her to her. Sis, jump back in. My bad. I'm trying to see what's wrong with the volume over something. I hope they got that whole message. Because now my volume will be acting up. The devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. All right, there you go. I just said, oh, it is adding her in. All right, let's see it. Let's see if it. It said it adding her. Anywho. But y'all got the message, right? Y'all see what I'm trying to say. It's hot, y'all. Getting hot. Yeah. Hold up. How is it seeing you on, but I don't even see you? What in the heck, sis? Mm-mm. Yeah, it's saying you on, but I don't see you on my screen. Girl, this is a mess. Anyway, so I'm gonna hang this one up, sis. Go on to my high elevation on YouTube, and I'm gonna try to add you in there. All right, I'm sorry, y'all, cause I was streaming from both angles, and you know, wanted to get this out. And I wanted to get this out. So y'all get the message in itself, Just conduct yourself accordingly. Don't let them stress you out. Caseworkers, be nice. Be nice. Don't judge. Don't judge. Because anytime it could be anybody. Any given time, man. That's how quick life happens. And try to be more helpful. Sometimes people just don't know. It ain't that they don't want to do it. It's like they want to know what that process looks like. Keep it real with them. Tell them the truth. Listen, if they got to do drug classes and therapy and family therapy and, any of that stuff, let them know ahead of time so they know, all right, well, this is where my finish line is at. If they don't know where the finish line at, why would I start something if I don't know there's an ending to it? Let's be real. Why would I engage in something if I know, like, I told a caseworker this before. I said, what hope are you giving them at the end? You're expecting them to do something. You're saying it's going to help them get their kids back. But then the minute they do it, you present it to the judge. How much justice did they really get if you're not advocating for them? So with that being said, if you're doing your part, you're giving your caseworker a chance to fight for you. When they get those documents, okay, well, this week she went to class, or this week he did these many yarns, or this week they showed up to visit their kids. Give them something to fight for. If y'all constantly sitting there and y'all not doing nothing, and y'all woe is me, and the process, you don't want to go through it, then that's what it's gonna be, and your process is gonna be long and drawn out. The process is gonna be long and drawn out, and let's not. You don't want that. I have sarcoidosis. The same thing that Bernie Mac passed away from is what I have. It's hereditary. I got it passed down from my mother's side of the family. I wouldn't knew, but I was a foster care kid. I didn't know, and I caught it. I caught it kind of late. They diagnosed it kind of late. It's no diagnosis. It's hard to diagnose, that type of thing. But we're not on here for that, Mr. Williams. But I didn't want to be rude and not answer your question. For anybody that had why am I wearing this? I have sarcoidosis, if you're familiar with that. So with that being said, just y'all be mindful when dealing with these people. You may be their last resort when they come to you looking for help. Just be honest with them, and they'll get it done. I promise you. Just be straightforward with them. For the parents, be patient. These people have a job to do. They're not against you. They're not hating. They didn't call the case on you. So try not to be so hard on them. Show them grace. Show them mercy. And that's vice versa. That's with any of y'all. As well as management. When these people are presenting things to you, let's not sweep them under the rugs. These people matter, man. And just because you sit in your office behind your desk and you sit on your high horse because y'all got degrees don't make these people less than. These people matter. Their stories matter. Their children matter. And the things that is required for them to be a better parent, it matters. That matters, man. So y'all be mindful of that because as a parent, I was offered those things. But what if somebody wasn't? What if they just don't know? So try to be that person. I go at every situation because I'm a mom, right? And I go at every situation like I'm dealing with my kids. Because some of these people is like dealing with your own children. Sometimes you just got to slow roll it. You might have to break it down for this kid. You might could be direct with this other child. You can't handle each of those parents the same. You can't handle people the same. They are different. They deal with different things. It is a lot of mental health going. Be mindful of that these people deal with mental health. It is also a lot of people that are addicts. So then they are coming with their best foot forward because they're not themselves. They are addicted to something. So be mindful of that as well when you're conducting business with these people. But always, it costs you nothing. It costs you nothing to show these people love. And that's the message.